guys, welcome to the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Mary and Jane, episode 2, season 1, Girl on Girl. Here we go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh yeah,
Go Jen. Go Jen. Body roll.
Some Snoop body roll. Just a little bit.
Body roll.
We can only do so much.
Got the guns. Got the guns out.
Welcome to the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Mary and Jane. We love this show and we're so excited to talk about it. We actually have a guest in studio right now.
Yes.
Take a look at our beautiful guest, Ashley. And Miss Ashley, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, which I think makes me automatic cool points.
Yes.
And, just loving the acting journey out here in LA. So.
Oh, we're so excited to talk a little bit more about Mary and Jane and everything.
Love this show.
Well, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jennifer Leone TV, and please follow AFTERBUZZ TV at AFTERBUZZ TV. And here's my lovely co-host. Tell them about yourselves.
Thank you, babe. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Maddie Makely, and you can find me on all my socials at Maddie_Makely.
Hey guys, I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can find me at all social media at Abigail Fraher.
Hi everyone, my name is Ava Hill, and you can find me on Instagram at the Ava Hill, and on Facebook, if you ever go to Facebook, at Ava Hill.
Yeah, no Twitter.
No Twitter, no Insta. I mean, no Snap.
No
That's
Snap.
okay.
It's all right.
I'm still popping. I'm still popping.
Of course.
I'm still out here.
Well, this episode was really fun. Girl on Girl. What did you guys think of episode 2? Because this is a brand new show, so we want to hear what you guys are
Pushing
thinking.
those boundaries.
They are pushing those
They are.
boundaries. Always on TV. I'm loving it.
There are a few times where my jaw just I think hit the table. I
Yeah.
was like, what? Did
Yeah.
that just happen?
Yeah. I believe the scene that she got fingered in her dream, I was kind of, side-eyeing. But yeah, I mean, MTV's always pushing it, so,
I'm watching this and thinking, is this even okay to put on public television? But since it's MTV, I feel like
anything goes, man.
yes,
It was
it's
a
always
suggestion. We weren't, because I was like, this is HBO. And then I was like, well, they're wearing clothes technically, so.
Yeah, they definitely walk that line.
Right.
They're on that line.
Yeah.
No, they're not going a little bit over. They're not going a little under. It's just on
You know
it.
what? It kind of reminds me of, maybe this is like a dumb thought, but it's kind of like a younger version of Girls on HBO, except you add weed to it and like an LA vibe, but it kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
A little bit,
that's not
like a
dumb at
tiny,
all.
yeah.
No, that makes
It's
sense.
like a
totally see
tiny
that.
bit. It's like Girls version for a younger crowd, but with weed on MTV in LA.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very relatable. You know what I mean? Girls, just living in the city. I don't know.
Ashley, we want to know what you think. And, did you know that this show is going to be how it is, walking that line?
Actually, no. I mean, because when I went in for the pilot episode, I actually shot that a year ago. So I'm watching this brand new as everyone did. And I just went in for that one episode. So I'm just excited to see what unfolds.
And for those of you who don't know, Ashley was on the pilot, which was the episode before this one. And she worked on at Manna, the place with the bread. What was
No
your line?
butter, no jam, no coffee, no tea.
Yeah.
We're just selling some dry toast.
Yes. And
$14.
No Instagram.
No Instagramming.
You're so cute, but you were so aggressive in that scene. I
had
love
to
it.
dig so deep
I
for
love
that
it.
character.
It was so straight faced. You were just like,
I saw you
what it
walk
is.
into the studio. I'm like, she's so sweet. This does not look like the kind of girl I saw in the pilot.
No, just totally
No.
over it. Like so LA. It was so funny.
So cool.
And what did you think, when you read that, did you take it on yourself to kind of make it as dry as the toast?
So
or-
no, that was the direction,
Okay.
as dry as the toast. Definitely that's what they were going for. That's what they literally told me
Oh, really?
in
Wow.
the casting. They were like, you are as dry as the toast. And I was
Oh.
like, got it.
Well, that's what we got. So obviously you did a great job. Because I didn't
thank
even
you.
know that, and I just came up with it. But we seriously love the show, but we didn't really know what it was going to be or turn into. So are you on any other episodes or
not for the rest of this season?
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I could come back for season 2, but yeah. So just the pilot for
But
this
that's
one.
so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Did you stay in contact with the 2 leading girls in the show?
Well, I do follow them on Instagram because I'm a stalker, and I also follow the executive producer.
Well, they're so
they're all
fun.
amazing.
No Instagram.
I know,
so
no
funny.
Instagramming, and I like follow everyone on Instagram. So yeah.
The executive producer, do you mean Snoop Dogg?
Oh, well, I follow Snoop too, yeah, for the show, but also Deborah Kaplan.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, that's awesome. Is it like kind of like a family vibe, or how is it like on set?
Oh my God, everyone, and I'm telling you, everyone from like the highest level down was just so nice. So from like the director down to security guard, they were just so welcoming, and it was just so nice to be on set with everyone.
How exciting was that, though, being an actress in LA and finally booking something that's just amazing? How was that for you?
Quite honestly, because this was like the first like television spot that I got.
Yay!
Yeah, and like so, you know, I got a trailer, and I was just like, oh my God, like I have to Snapchat this. Like, do you guys see this? I'm in a trailer. This one's your guys.
Of course.
Well, being your friend, I'm so proud of you. We talk all the
Aw,
time, and
thanks,
you know,
Ava.
I'm so excited. Ashley also has an Instagram account with her friend Sarah called Driving Me Crazy.
Wait, can you expand on that? Because
Yes.
that is awesome. That you
It's-
share it with your friend like Mary and Jane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It
I
is.
love it. Girl power all the way
notes.
around. Let's talk. What is that?
So the premise of Driving Me Crazy, it's different scenarios of how your friends drive you crazy while you're driving.
That's
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
I'm gonna have to follow that. Yeah.
my friends
To write
hate
a
me.
book.
They hate my driving because I'm a Southside Chicago driver and I drive everywhere. So tell me, what is your experience? What drives you crazy?
I mean, we've literally done 150 episodes of different scenarios of how people drive you crazy. Ava was a guest star. In her episode, she's the friend who's like super cheap with like coupons.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
But you know what is so funny about that? And it was improv. So literally, I meet these girls for the first time in person. We sit in the car and they tell me the scenario. Ashley goes to get me a bunch of coupons and we're thinking of different ideas. And they say, okay, you are a coupon girl and we're gonna put on this cookout, and so you're gonna be the annoying girl who just wants to go to the grocery store and get everything from coupons only. Okay.
Oh no.
So we did like 2 takes, and the second take was great. But you know, Ashley and Sarah, their improv game is just so strong. So it was great to improv with them, and they have like over 11,000 followers on Driving Me Crazy. So
Go girl.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
yeah. So, but the downside though is that people think I'm cheap in real life.
Oh, that's so funny.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I had my college friends like, girl, why didn't you bring out these coupons in college? And I'm like, this is improv.
It's called acting.
It's called acting. I've
isn't
had
me.
Yes, I've had guys comment on the video saying like, oh, I don't have to worry about you. You're a cheap date. And I'm like, okay, this is not real. Jeez, it's
That's
not real,
funny.
but it was
speaks
fun.
volumes to your acting.
It does.
Well,
it does.
how did that start? How did you just decide to, team up with your friend and do
Literally, Sarah and I were on one of our like 6 a.m. morning hikes.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, we should like try to expand our social media presence. Like, let's, do sketches. And I was like, that idea sounds great. And then she bought the camera dock the same day, and we just started shooting from then. And that was a year
Proactive.
ago.
Oh, that was a year ago. So
that's
it was
so-
around the same time that you were shooting for Mary and Jane.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you get to LA?
I moved to LA 3 years ago.
Okay. All right. And have you been acting ever since you got here?
Yeah, I mean, I acted in New York, not professionally, like through high school. Went off to college, did the corporate America thing.
Oh,
and then,
educated, doing all of it.
I have to know, are the actors as explicit offset as they are on set for Mary and Jane, as you
So
saw?
I did not experience that offset.
Okay.
So
Was there a lot of weed?
That was what I was thinking. Were you smoking? Like,
You
is
know,
it really
is-
going on?
Is Snoop Dogg on set, and did you smoke a blunt with him?
I did not smoke a blunt with Snoop. The scene that I was in, there was no weed involved in that one, so no, there was no weed on set.
Do they know?
Okay.
Do you know if the weed is real in the show, or do they use like
That's
props?
a great question. My assumption is that it's not.
But Snoop
I don't know
Dogg,
if that's
so
a
my
part of the
assumption is that it is.
He's like, I'm gonna take these home with me tonight. Like, thanks, guys.
Just research.
I don't use cheap props here.
Yeah, I don't know if
Real.
that's a conflict
Oh my
with SAG.
gosh.
It is a SAG production, so.
No,
Right.
that is so
I don't know though. I'd be a bit nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if I could even handle Snoop Dogg's weed. Could you imagine like what planet you would be on?
Right.
Like I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be a tad bit nervous to smoke. I'm not gonna lie.
I couldn't handle Snoop Dogg's weed with Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Good point.
Right.
First of all, I'm doing this, and now it's
I don't know.
one hit wonder.
Right. I'd keep like a bottle of water and I'd pray the entire time smoking with him.
yeah.
But
I feel like Ava's too paranoid to smoke.
I am.
That is very
I am. You know what? I have a lit life, guys. You know, I have a lit life. I turn up. You know, but
A little dim lit candle.
I turn.
No,
It's a strong flame. It's a strong flame. Okay. Hey, you never know.
Just
you
like
never know.
Snoop Dogg's
Just not as
blunts.
quite as strong as Snoop Dogg's blunt. However, you know, I turn up.
All right.
I have lituations.
Lituation.
That's a word.
Okay,
I
another
dropped a
word.
word.
Take note, people.
Lituation.
All right. So we're just going to review this episode really quick, and feel free to jump in whenever you feel like it. We want to hear your side and point of view. And just a quick question: Are you watching the show? Are you?
I am.
Okay.
I am
All right.
supporting it fully. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So this is Girl on Gurl. So this episode is a lot about being competitive with other girls. See, the first one is kind of like girl power, girl vibes, but like this one, you know, it really expands on that. What do you guys think?
I think they really emphasize on, the girl power type part of it, but then they also are saying, don't burn bridges, because at the end, Tanya and Mary and Julian start their own little business and have their own little thing going on, and these are the people that Paige and her friend totally blew off.
Totally,
throughout the whole
yeah,
episode.
right,
So,
right.
I mean, it's really saying, don't underestimate anyone. Don't burn bridges, So it's kind of a huge lesson here, I feel like.
That's actually a really great point.
Why wouldn't you
I
say that?
I like that conclusion you drew.
Right, look at you gathering an intellectual life lesson. Yes, totally. I love that. Well, it also kind of made me flashback to have you guys ever had that annoying friend that literally always did what you did?
Yes.
When I was in first grade, there was a girl who would always buy the same choker as me, and I was so upset.
You were wearing chokers in first grade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Fashion, honey.
It's a 90s
I don't want to say it.
It's a 90s trend. It's a 90s trend, and they
New
sold
York
them at
Fashion
Claire's.
Week, right?
They sold them at Claire's, and I bought all of the chokers.
Oh my
that
God!
they
Wait,
had.
pause. Claire's, guys. Do you remember
Yeah,
Claire's?
let's flashback to that.
Let's
Icing.
flashback to that.
Icing.
But
Icing.
I had this roommate, actually. We lived together in college. No shade. I'm not even going to bring up her name.
Okay,
But,
good. Don't burn that bridge.
Throwing slight shade. But she literally would do every single thing that I did. My major in college was musical theater. And I caught her, not only was she like a biology major, but I caught her at one of my auditions for one of my musicals, like at my school. When she found out that I was auditioning, she was at the audition.
But she didn't talk to you and tell you?
No, she didn't tell me.
Oh, so she just showed up.
Yeah, so she just
Okay.
showed up. And then secondly, once she found out that I was running for homecoming queen, not only did she try to get on homecoming court, but she tried to take my homecoming running mate.
Wow.
That's on a creepy level, though. That's
really
a
Yes.
whole
Well,
nother...
it's kind of like Tanya,
Yeah,
though.
it's Tanya.
Yes,
kind of
it's
like Tanya.
literally that. And so, the nice side of me said, okay, Ava, well, maybe you're crazy. Maybe you're assuming things. Maybe she's not literally trying to snatch your life. But then, like, the homecoming thing and then, like, my audition. I mean, what biology major has any business at a musical theater department?
Inspired by you.
There you go.
That's it.
Inspired.
That's why,
Inspired.
but that's why it puts you in such a tough situation, because this person, is trying to be like you and they're inspired by you, but it's pissing me off that you're copying everything I do.
I mean, like there's so much beauty in just being yourself,
right?
And you know what I mean, and not trying to dim someone else's light or not trying to snatch someone else's life, or I mean not life, light or individuality. You know what I mean? Like you were you for a reason. Be you.
I feel like they like touched on that, like women empowerment as what I wrote as the theme, just because it was like you had the librarian being like, oh no, like stand up for women, like we've had a hard enough time, which I totally agree with, but there comes a time where you have to call a girl out when she's overstepping, and that doesn't mean I don't think that you're not pro women, and then I think they kind of hit that point too. There's a way to handle things as a woman would handle them rather than as a girl would handle them, and I think that especially out here you do come across a lot of girls that aren't acting like grown females and aren't supporting other females, and you know, it's more like, well, I'm prettier, or oh my god, what is she wearing? And it's like,
a competition.
Is that necessary?
Yeah.
Why do you think women are like that in general? Why?
Jealousy. I mean, maybe jealousy on one hand, but on the other hand, I mean, it's especially in a world like LA, it is almost, I mean, LA is such a great place because you can be whoever you want and it's totally acceptable here no matter what. But then again, everyone's trying to steal each other's swag.
Right, and everyone wants to be like the best. And I even wrote when I was watching it, I was like, do we compete because men make us feel like we have to?
Ooh.
No,
that
hold on.
Yeah. That was my...
No, that's the curse. It's the curse.
And I'm just, I mean, this slowly is not becoming a man's world, but predominantly it's like you're trying to get a man's attention. You're trying to, you know, get a job that a man typically would have.
So it's the man's fault. That's what it is. It's the man's
and men,
fault.
don't hate me
No,
out
that's
there. I
what
love
it is.
you
I'm
all.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You know, is that because that's the society that we have like grown up in and become accustomed to, and now we're starting to change it, and that's where I'm very much like this show really, or this episode I was really like, yes, I like this, but I also like how the librarian was like, yo, support the women, but then she's like, you know, screw you to the other one, because it's like I feel both ways. You have to be able to do both. I think it's a balance,
and
also,
there is a balance. I agree with that.
Right, and you know, if you're genuine, it always shows anyway.
Right. Yeah.
It always comes through. The truth comes out.
And that's a good point too. I think that when it's coming from a genuine place, when you see that your friend is inspired by you and it's coming from a genuine place, that's one thing. But if you're living with someone and you find out, or they find out that you're on homecoming court, and then next thing you know, they want to audition, and then they're bringing you down, and you know what I mean?
Let them audition. Let them audition.
Oh, and I did.
Yeah.
And I did. She auditioned, and you know, and that was great, and she was on homecoming
Where's
court,
she now?
and I have no idea, don't care,
Not at
don't want to know.
Not at
AfterBuzz. If I ever find out, it'll be too soon. So she's not here.
That's an interesting point, though. I like that you brought that up, Abby, because I never thought of that, to be honest. I feel like it's more girls competing with girls all the time.
Yeah.
But I like how you said it's like because of guys almost. But in this case, it's more of like a job. So is it money? I mean, Tanya goes broke at the end and needs to sell her jewelry. So, I mean, what's everyone, I mean, it's competition, but like, can't we be friends, guys?
I'm such a highly competitive person too, that I like totally vibed with Paige on this whole thing, because I'm like when I work out, like I have to be in a class because I have to beat you next to me. Like I can't I'm just that programmed that way. So I understand where she went that far, but then it's like sometimes you go that far and you can't take it back. And it was nice to see a resolution. MTV, thanks.
I mean, she went around telling people the girl.
Yeah, that was messed up. Right. And that's some shady shit that I think actually does.
She got bitter in the butt.
Right.
Yeah. And girls do that.
Right. I think she reached the level of, you know what, I've had it. This girl is not only stealing like my business, but she's stealing my customers. Like I have to do something about this.
Well, she could steal that hat because the hat was ugly.
It was.
It was
The
really
hat
bad.
needs to
It
go.
was.
So many things needs to go.
What was that quote that the librarian said? Like girls do something and women do.
Oh, it's girls compete and women empower.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Could
it.
you
Which
imagine?
is true.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine how powerful we would be, even more powerful, because we are powerful, first of all, but could you imagine how more powerful we could be if we supported one another, if we lifted each other?
That's actually Marie Menudo's main message for this company, AfterBuzz, and you know,
uplifting each other and being there for one another.
Shout out to Maria Menounos.
Yeah.
That's our girl.
But what would you do like if you were Tanya? And you
If
heard
I
that,
was-
like I would
Tanya?
have lost it. Like someone spreading rumors like that is never okay.
If I was Tanya,
Yeah.
First off, I wouldn't be Tanya.
But if you had that situation happen to you, like what would you not because of the cause of you doing the same thing, but if someone people spread rumors all the time, like how do you handle that?
No, people do spread rumors all the time. You know, victim of that forever. The thing is you just keep moving on and be genuine.
Right.
Always. And she was never genuine, so that's why she was broke in the end.
Right.
You know, it wasn't coming from a place that she didn't want to sell weed. She just wanted to do it because Paige was doing it. So you have to find your own thing and go from there.
It's so interesting because in the show they even say, you do you. Like, which I totally live by 100% because
me do me. Is that what she said?
Me do
Yeah, me do me.
But I mean, it's so true because you only have you, and if you're copying someone else, I mean, even if you are Paige and you are the one being copied, let her go. Let her do her thing.
Exactly.
It will, like, if you're confident enough in yourself, you'll go far. So I mean,
And she'll self-destruct.
yeah. So I think they should have.
Oh no, I was
what do
gonna
you think,
say if
Ashley?
we focus on being our best instead of the best, like we would go so
Right.
much further.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Be our best instead of the best.
Like be
love
your
that.
best instead of the best, because you know sometimes your best may supersede the competition, or like
might not.
Yeah.
maybe not. But it's
I
like
think
as
we
long
underestimate our ability to be ourselves, though, and I don't know why we do that because I've heard, you know,
insecurities.
Yeah, but I wonder where that initially comes from, because there is a quote that says, "No one is you but you. That's your power.
Right.
Is your individuality." So I wonder where in life that kind of starts, like that natural ability to
competition.
like the
maybe
sense
from
of
grade school with standardized
Yes.
testing.
Yeah.
No more of that.
Or that strapless bra friend that doesn't
Right.
support you.
But honestly,
Yeah.
it's like marketing. It's what America's based off of.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
you have the new Nikes. Like, I need the new Nikes because you're cooler than me because you have
That's
those.
fact.
Like,
Keeping up with
oh,
the Joneses.
Right.
It
like,
is.
you got your lips done. Like, I got to get mine
lips done.
Like, you know, it's just, it starts.
Feeds the machine.
Right. And it's just always going to
Yeah.
be that way until people decide to be like, you know what? My Nikes from 2 years ago, they're still fine.
Right. And you know what? I'm not even going to lie. I was definitely keeping up with the Joneses in grade school. I mean, you know, for the beginning of every school year, I'm not sure if it was big at your schools. I'm assuming that it was, but you had to come fresh. You had to have your new outfit.
Not my
you had
neighborhood.
to really? Oh,
Not my neighborhood.
Jen
I
said.
mean, grade school, you had to come fresh. I mean, it was
my
it
God.
was
If you
a
did,
runway.
you would get your ass kicked.
gosh.
Really?
Like, no way.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a runway, and so we would literally call each other before the year started, and we would be trading like what we got and what we're gonna wear. I mean, people
funny.
would plan their outfits for the week, and then you had A Day and B Day, which was like even more complicated. So like, of course, like on your B Day, because it's the first, like that's like the first day that you'd see, you know, a section of people in school. You wear something fly on your B Days, and then on your A, like it was.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a
A lot of
lot.
stress for a child.
No, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
Right. And I went to an art school from 6th to 12th grade.
That's
and
why.
I know.
That's why.
And I drove. And I was
Everyone
like,
wants to be original.
everyone wants to be right. And I feel bad. Like to this day, I feel bad for my mom, because I would take her. I would drag her to the mall. She would be so annoyed. She hates shopping, and I would be like, "No, we're about to get everything in this store."
But
I have
wearing
to
the
be
best
fly.
clothes, does that make you a better person? Like at its core, like
No.
what are we really trying to
Looking back, I probably would have gone to school every day in sweatpants, and I wouldn't have cared. I mean, there were a total of 2 boys at my art school. It's not like I was trying to please anybody, you know.
But if
as
you do
far
it
as-
for you, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's all, like, when I dress for me.
Right.
Because I walked into AfterBuzz tonight, and everyone's like, were you in a war? And I'm like, you know what? Yes. And I got shot straight up. Like, but, I mean, just do you and rock
Right.
it.
Well,
I
first
mean,
of all, I love your fashion and your
Thank
legs,
you.
because you just have these bomb legs.
She does.
you.
They are
She
great
does.
legs.
She has
love
these
you.
bomb legs. And I remember seeing you for the first time walk in the studio with your legs and your heels. So I'm inspired, honey. Keep it going.
That's
Keep
so
it
funny.
going.
I love you.
but wait, let's talk about the hot box. So she has the idea. Paige turns it down. And then it becomes this huge success. We're $2 million. Go, girl.
you got?
Go, girl.
I like love the symbolism of it because because it's one of those things. It's like you have a dream. Okay, yes, she's an airhead. I don't know if it really was her dream or if it was, and she just went with it, even though Paige told her it was stupid. Like, she still like found her way. Whether it was finding her way from like, you know, the threesome situation that was going on, like, who cares how you find your way? You found your way. You found how to get what you want. you got it.
Yeah.
You did it. You succeeded. Like, I don't know. I think that was really inspirational.
Me do me.
It was.
Like, yeah.
This
So go
airhead
out
can
there
make
and,
it.
yeah, do you. Because it was
you.
just nice to see that someone succeeded in doing something that someone said was stupid.
Right. No, exactly.
Because, I mean, I feel like you understand that? Like, we get that all the time. Like, what are you doing trying to, you know, be a host? Like, you're never going to, you know, and being an actress, same thing. And so it's like, it was nice to see something like that.
And we had this conversation yesterday. We had that same conversation about, you know, what are you trying to be, a TV host or an actress or, you know,
What makes
it's
you
like,
so special?
What makes you so special? There's so many of you trying to do that. What makes you stand out? You
And
know
she
what
just
I mean?
kept through it, and she succeeded.
Right. She was Tanya.
Yeah.
So she kept
is Tanya.
going. I love this show.
Yeah,
No,
so
we're-
I like Tanya, even though I didn't,
like
I
Tanya.
didn't like her for most of the show because I was like, oh, that girl. I remember those girls. And now I'm like, you know what? Go Tanya.
You
I'm
know
Team
what?
Tanya.
You know what? I can't get on Team Tanya because she reminds me too much of my friend
Oh,
in college.
New
Some
Team Tanya.
grudges.
New Tanya is Team Tanya.
Okay.
Old Tanya of Copy
Tanya was
Tanya.
just
Okay.
lost. She was
Ooh.
just lost.
Tanya reminds me of my college friend Tiana, so I just can't.
Ooh.
All right.
Name dropped.
Okay,
Name
I think
dropped.
there's a lot.
Had to do it.
Follow Ava on her Instagram.
Had to do it.
There's lots to share. So let's talk predictions. Are we gonna do
Do
the?
we get lights? Oh,
We don't get lighting.
We don't get lights this time, guys.
All right.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna be upset if they didn't work. Thanks. So
Do you want to start with Ash? What her
Yeah.
predictions
yeah,
are?
Ashley, tell us.
So
If you know anything, don't tell us.
Yeah, what's the
know
scoop? What's the
nothing,
inside
trust
scoop?
me. Predictions, really, I think we're really just going to go on this adventure of both Paige and Jordan, you know, being like the best businesswomen in LA in their
Yes.
niche market.
We love it.
More bread and more bread.
And more
right?
bread, more
More
carbs.
More carbs.
Maddie, what do you think?
Oh goodness. I'm gonna stick with my same predictions as last time and think that they will start selling to a lot of celebrities. I'm gonna go out on a limb here though and say that Snoop's gonna come up in an episode. Hopefully.
He is. I saw it.
Really?
No,
I read it.
Oh, okay, cool.
On the news. Like, I didn't see the episode. What? That would be cool.
So
no, I
basically,
just
I'm
read
a
it.
genius, and I already called the shots before I even knew. So there you go, guys.
Yes.
Sorry, I totally ruined that.
I know
for you.
you ruined it. It's fine.
So I think that I'm gonna go on a little reach here and think that every episode is going to have an underlying meaning that is going to relate to the age group, I think, the demographic that the show is trying to reach, and have an underlying theme or meaning that is brought across in a cool way, so that it'll teach something, but it's not going to be like your parents telling you it. It's going to be these cool girls who smoke weed.
Abby, what do you think?
Man, you know what? I don't know.
Ava. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's
called
okay.
you at Ava.
It's okay.
Two
It's
A's
all right.
next to
It's
each
all
other
right.
in green.
It's all right. I don't have a concrete prediction right now. However, I do think that it will be fun to see these two women grow in LA and become better friends and go through love and selling weed together.
Yay, perfect.
There she is.
Oh, Miss
Namaste.
America. I think the same thing. I wish I could be, a little bit
You.
yeah, me do me, but I really think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
A lot of lessons. Every single episode should probably have an underlining meaning and woman empowerment. But that's our show, and we love it. Still stick
Love
with
it
us.
so much.
Comment, please comment and tell us how we're doing. Tweet us, follow AfterBuzz TV, and I'm Jennifer Leone. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jennifer Leone TV.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Madison Makely, and you can find me on all my socials at Maddie_Makely.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can find me at Abigail Fraher. And thank you, Ashley, for coming in to
Thank
sit
you,
with
Ashley.
us.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys, for
having me.
tuning in. My name is Ava Hill, and you can find me at the Ava Hill on Instagram and Facebook at Ava Hill. And thank you, Ashley, my dear friend, who was
Ashley
with us.
Oswald. Who's
Yay.
amazing. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at drivingmecrazy_ on Instagram, and my personal account is Ashley D. Fox.
Amazing.
Box.
Thank you so much. We're going to be following you. Thanks,
Love it.
guys.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.